It is very late, and I am very stuffy because allergy season is hitting. But God is my witness, my head will not touch a pillow until we talk about copper dragons. So let's get it. Again, mandatory 2024 did their own thing disclaimer. Copper dragons from the newest iteration of 5e have some similarities to what we've known for the past 50 years, but a lot of it is sort of just a departure for the sake of breaking precedent. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about actual copper dragons because the whole appeal of D&D lore is this 5-decade continuity, so this is useless to me. Art's pretty cute, though. Look at that little guy. Look at him. Copper dragons are proof that not everything that is good aligned is necessarily pleasant to be around. They are supernaturally cunning and witty, and since dragons as a general rule are incapable of being chill about literally anything, copper dragons end up being the insufferable, attention-seeking jokester in a friend group. They don't read the room, they are mostly absorbed in their own wit, and they can potentially get quite angry if people aren't laughing at their jokes or keeping them at the center of attention. But if you are appeasing them and laughing at their jokes and playing nice with them, copper dragons will do you right. They can be very gracious hosts, and they love to entertain, and if you're a bard or some kind of other entertainer, you might actually want to seek these guys out. Because a copper dragon loves when people have wit and charm enough to entertain it. If the dragon recognizes you as a bard of sufficient talent, it might literally sponsor your creative projects, or go as far as to carve a new room in its lair for you to stay in, for as long as you are willing to stay and perform for them. Congratulations, you're part of the Horde now. And if the dragon sees you as part of its horde, it is laying down its life before any harm would ever come to you. Because even though they are not the strongest metallics out there with the biggest hordes, they are definitely the greediest and most protective of what they have out of any other metallic. They like their things. And those things might be you. But not in like a chain to the wall way. I'm sure that most copper dragons would let you go if you really wanted to. Most of them. But this is all assuming you're some incredible bard or someone who will endlessly entertain the dragon's ceaseless wit. Copper dragons find most mortals to be pretty boring and not worth their time to go out of their way for. They're not really freedom fighters, they're not driven by some grand sense of justice, so you're not going to see them on many front lines like you might see with bronze dragons. They just like to tell jokes, do art, and show off. And I think that's the best role for a copper dragon in a normal party. When they're walking through a rocky terrain, if they travel into the copper dragon's territory, it'll show up and tell them a few jokes. If they don't laugh, it'll probably give them faulty directions, or cover them in mud and dust, or do some other sort of prank that's very annoying. But, if your party has a bard, you know what to do. That's time, so follow on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, burn your 5th level spell slot to scry on me. Comment a bad copper dragon. Wait, no, I'm gonna regret that. Wait, no.